amazing? Welcome to my channel. Adrian here, psychic medium, regression hypnosis practitioner, life coach, crystal healer, and even though I've been a Reiki master for quite some time now, for a couple of years, I'm so excited because 2 days ago I got my Reiki Grand Master certification. Yay! And it's so wonderful to get to just share that with you because you're all my soul family. So thank you so much for that. Wishing you blessings, love, and light. And so Cancer, this is a general reading for you for 2022. It's obviously quite a broad reading. But for those of you that frequent my channel, and if it's your first time here, welcome. You'll know that I've got a weekly reading, so you're more than welcome to hit that subscription button, hit that all button so you know when your weekly reading is coming out. To all of you that have always been supporting my channel, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, donating, I really, really appreciate that, and I'm really, really grateful. So thank you so very much from my heart. In this reading, we are going to look at your sort of like your moment, your current moment of strength. We're going to see if there's anything that you maybe need to sort out just before the year's done. We're going to see what is it that your family, your soul family, your guides, your guardians have got for you. What is it that your ancestors would like to communicate? And there's always that question that you have on your mind, that guidance that you seek, that you'd like to have. And we're going to draw you a card for that at the end of the reading as well. All right, so if you stick around till the end, you'll get that. But before we do anything else, beautiful Cancers, let's see what the keepers of the light would like to communicate to you, my beautiful souls, in this general reading. Okie dokie, all the way to the floor. Please forgive me, please excuse me. All right, so you've got two over here. You've got Commander Ashtar, call to action, take charge, lead by example, and walk your talk. Now, the thing with you, Cancer, is that sometimes it's wonderful to consider others, but sometimes you can take that considering of others a little bit too far, and then you're the one that loses out in the equation. But this is about speaking your truth, speaking about who you truly are and who you choose to be. All right. And when it says walk your talk, I feel that for many of you, you sort of like already know what your talk is, but you might feel maybe a little bit apprehensive to just, sort of like speak it out and things like that, And I'll give you a little example. So I'm a regression hypnosis practitioner, which I'm loving. It's amazing. And so a little while ago, there was like little things going about and like all little like yip, little stories and whatever. And, I was in this group and then people wanted to sort of like understand better what it is. But, when people are sort of like committed to misunderstand everything that you say. And so 2 days down the line, I was just like, what, if you're going to be committed to misunderstanding me, I'm not going to play that game with you. And so sometimes, as I always say, it's wonderful to consider everybody, but don't do it at the cost of yourself, because that is something that you do, Cancer. Sometimes you help others and then they sort of leave, and then sometimes you're like, well, I did so much for you and now it's just me on my own. So you can still be a beautiful, wonderful person and place your own needs first. Okay. And then you've got Sanat Kumara, light activation. All right. And let me see what it says. Shine your light. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. Here's the thing. Once we very clearly communicate to the universe, this is a yes for me and this is a no for me. This is not even a maybe, that sort of thing. Once you give that clarity out to life, life responds to that. And it responds to it just like that. All right. So sometimes we wonder why, so sometimes you maybe feel a bit stuck in a rut or something like that, and you ask yourself, why am I feeling stuck in a rut? It's because sometimes we are not clear to life about what it is that we want, what is a definite yes to us and what is a definite no to us. All right. So I would say get clarity on your yeses and on your nos. All right. Now, let's look at your tarot. We're using the Rider-Waite tarot. There's links for all the cards I use in the description. So we're looking at your current point of where you are. This might be a very challenging point for many of you Cancerians at the moment. You've got the Death card. Now, the Death card is probably one of the most misunderstood cards in the entire tarot deck. The death card is about going into new beginnings. It's about leaving the past behind and moving into the light. Look at these characters. They're saying welcome, you know. So for many of you, there is that transition that's taking place at the moment, that very powerful transformation that's taking place at the moment. And for many of you, you can actually look forward, Cancer, to things in a sense becoming easier for you, easier than you imagined that they would be. Because I feel for some of you, you know, when we come through that sort of cleansing, purging period that many of you would have come to, and remember, we just had that whole sort of like height of eclipse season, and we've come through Scorpio season, which is a cleansing energy, you know. It can be very challenging when you're in that space, but you're moving out of that space now. And remember, you know, we're moving into that space of new light and new life. All right. So you can look forward to really, 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 really amazing things coming for you. Okay. Let's see what your guides and guardians want to say to you that fell there to the floor. King of Swords in reverse. Don't doubt yourself. Some of you are, again, it's all fine and well to consider others, but some of you, I don't feel that you're kind of coming out of there, but be mindful, your angels and your guides and your guardians want to let you know, be mindful to not go back into the space where you doubt yourself, where other people almost like determine what your opinion is of yourself, you know, where you play it so small that you almost start feeling emotionally overwhelmed in your space. All right. So again, get clarity about what is your truth for you. What is the truth for you that you can accept within yourself, for yourself? And once you get that clarity, all of life will follow suit on that. All right. Don't let other people tell you who you are. All right. Let's see what your, another card on that. Okay. Let's take it from the bottom of the deck. 7 of Wands. Okay. There might be some animosity happening over here. There might be some jealousy over there. Some people might just not be all that happy to see your growth. And these might, you know, this is difficult when you're in situations like that, because sometimes we don't know. It's hard, especially for you, Cancer, I think sometimes to make up your mind about how you're going to feel about a situation or a person, and you remember also, just because a particular person plays a pivotal role in something coming up in your life doesn't mean that they are bad, you know, because in order to grow forward, somebody has to point out the things that are not working. All right. So some of you may feel that your trust has been betrayed, but when you look at things in the overall sense, it is what's bringing you to this point, this reawakening, re-emerging point, which is ultimately, you know, what you want. Okay. Let's see, what is it that your ancestral lineage would like to communicate to you. And sorry, when we speak about your ancestors, you know, we are also speaking about that natural flow, that natural energy, that natural blueprint potential that has been part of you since the beginning of your life and remains part of you, you know. So, Prost. Let's see what we have for you. What if this card wants to come out? Okay. So 5 of Swords and 5 of Cups. So this is a question that you want to ask yourself at the moment, Cancer, if you do have conflicts coming up in your life. The question is, yes, there's the conflict now, the person, the situation, the whatever it may be. But there is, for some of you, there is unresolved emotions within yourself. You are carrying some emotional burdens with you within yourself. Maybe things that happened to you in childhood, maybe in relationships, in a job, you know, all those sort of things. A lot of you are carrying that baggage with you. It's time to take that backpack off, to burn the thing and to get rid of the past. All right, because the past can cause conflict to come up, and it could be seen as conflict with other people. But remember, your outer world is it's a expression of your inner world. So I would say, before sort of looking at someone else and saying, "Oh, look at how horrible and terrible they are," and you know, and giving them those labels, it's about, in a loving and respectful way towards yourself, being willing to turn that mirror upon yourself, to do that introspection and to say, what is it within me that is causing this to happen? And the goal is always to grow from there. Okay. Let's see, what is it that you can look forward to? So maybe take some time and, just having the willingness to release. And what I would normally say, especially, like with my regression hypnosis clients, is that having the willingness to release all of that which you are consciously aware of, and also that which you are not consciously aware of. Okay, let's see going forward what it is, Cancer, that you can look forward to. What is it that you can expect? So you got the moon and you got the chariot, which is your energy. So this is very, very good news that also comes with a warning. All right. It lets you know that going forward, things can be very positive, very beautiful, very wonderful, really, really beautiful. But remember, you are an incredibly emotional being. All right. And this is just reminding you, Cancer, that your emotions can serve you very positively or very negatively. So, in the same sense that I'm most certainly not encouraging you to be a doormat for anything or for anyone, what I'm just saying is before turning and saying, before pointing the fingers towards others, you maybe just want to say to yourself, okay, let me first have the willingness to have a deeper understanding how I contributed energetically to this unfolding. Okay. But all in all, if you want to know how do you keep 2022 going for you in a really, really positive way, look after your emotional health, your mental health. And when I say mental health, I mean, like for me, in my home, obviously this is fake, but I've got like a lot of plants and I've got a fountain and, I've got a lot of my crystals and just a beautiful, calm space. So even though the world is going a little bit gaga at the moment, I can keep myself in a space that is beautiful and flowing for me. All right. And so you want to maybe focus on that and maybe start planning out on that. All right. Now, if that resonates with you, Cancer, I'd really appreciate you liking the video, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Now, also remember, I said that there's that one question that you can focus on. We're going to get a card for you for that now. So focusing on your question, your query, your concern, you have two cards. The one says that you are ready. So maybe you have two questions. The one says that you are ready. All right. And sometimes this is such a good thing to know because a lot of times we feel we're not ready until we know absolutely everything and everything is shifted into space or into place. But as you go forward, you set the path for yourself. And if you have a big question, there's a very loving but a very direct no for you as well. Okay. So I hope that it helps you all. And I will see you next week. Namaste. Love and light.